President Donald Trump and the First Family are beginning their morning at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. Yesterday, as the president's motorcade arrived, he emerged from the armored SUV to wave at a small crowd of supporters who were cheering him on. One supporter was even moved to tears.
Sorry.
What was it like to see him?
It was an honor, and I'm just so proud of him that he's fulfilling all the promises that he said he would.
But not everyone is happy with the president's trips to Palm Beach County. Security costs for when the president visits his winter White House are adding up, and Palm Beach County is now asking the president to help pay for those costs. The county says it pays more than $60,000 in overtime per day every time the president visits, and they'll be reaching the $1 million mark this weekend. President Trump's trip to South Florida follows the meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel at the White House. The president has been very critical of Merkel in the past and slammed her refugee program during the presidential campaign. During her visit, Mr. Trump joked that they have common ground because they were both allegedly wiretapped by President Obama. President Obama has denied those claims.
Vice President Mike Pence expected to speak in Jacksonville this afternoon to talk about the new health care bill. Governor Rick Scott will be joining him as he speaks at MAC Papers. The vice president is trying to rally support for the new controversial bill, which heads to the House for a vote next week. Despite opposition on both sides of the aisle, President Trump says the bill will be, quote, passed, quote, pretty quickly.
I also want everyone to know that all of these no's or potential no's are all yeses.
22 no votes would kill that bill, and as ABC News is reporting that at least 22 House members are not supporting it at the moment.
What will it take for you to get to yes?
They have to start over.
They have to start over completely?
Yes.
They say they're going to vote on this on Thursday.
They're bluffing.
Conservatives also received a commitment from the president to ensure that tax credits in the plan cannot be used to pay for abortions. President Trump told reporters that those changes had persuaded several Republicans who had been leaning against the measure to vote for it. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson met with the Chinese foreign minister earlier today as part of his weekend of meetings with Chinese officials. Tomorrow he will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Throughout the weekend, his discussions are expected to focus on North Korea's nuclear program, trade, and South China Sea territorial disputes with Chinese officials. Tillerson's visit followed his remarks in South Korea on Friday, in which he warned that preemptive military action against North Korea might be necessary if the communist country continued to act aggressively.